Yes, as we continue to address specific constituencies, specific segments of society, we find a necessity to address two constituencies further. We've done that a number of times, but it appears nobody's listening. The media in Nigeria, the lawyers in Nigeria, the media, the lawyers, the church leaders, we've shouted from the rooftops. We don't know what's going on with them now, but we believe that the few who have, related back to us may be talking to the others about the role they are playing in this onslaught against the flock by the invading Fulani, who wants to take the land over and who are distracting everybody else with the talk of election and who can become president. Lawyers, media house. Let's start with the media. The media. There's this whole talk of bandits instead of terror. It distorts what the public should know about what's going on. Like El-Rufai, the chief, terror merchant, was trying to tell us that terror in 2021. We saw him on national TV saying that it is, that the people doing banditry are just doing business. That the ones who are doing terror are the ones who are talking about secession. And so, if the media, knowing that this is terror, continue to describe it as banditry, in order to be in the good book of government, I tell us the day the calamity will come to town, it will not spare anybody. The people who own the media houses, the people who work in the media houses, will all be equal targets of the terror. Maybe then they will call it a terror. We saw one of the staunch supporters of Buhari, who was part of the kidnapped passengers on the Abuja-Kaduna train terror attack. After they had flogged them several days, over 100 days, and here he comes. He got released a few days ago. I think he has come to repentance, because before the kidnap, before the incident, he was one of those marketing the Buhari as performing miracles, as having delivered Nigeria to a new day. But now he says he thinks it is not so. He now agrees that the government has not only failed, but that the government must have a hand in the terror happening to everybody. The same way, we hope that the media that is shutting down the information that should be going to the people in the name of trying to not to rock the boat. The Nigerian Union is gone. As far as it is the 1999 Constitution that defines and holds it together. The owners of the union are being invited to come to take charge, recover their portion, and discuss with whoever agrees with them how they want to go. If anybody thinks it is by suppressing the information on what is going on that will keep this union, at a time the Fulani are invading to take over everywhere, including wherever those media houses are, because we hear now they are going to attack Abuja, we hear they are going to attack Lagos and Katsina and all kinds of places listed. When they come to town, they won't be making a distinction. Then maybe you'll be forced to describe what happens where you are as terror, if your head is still on your shoulder. That is for media. For the lawyers in the land, if there was an epidemic, everybody will be looking towards doctors and pharmacists for cure, for what to do. Oh, Ebola is in town. Oh, COVID-19 has come. Oh, monkeypox is coming. Everybody will look towards people in the medical circles and pharmaceutical circles for what to do. The same way, this problem of the union agreement, the constitution that is gone bad, that is killing people, that is impoverishing people, expectation was that the lawyers should be at the forefront. But that's not happening. The Nigerian Bar Association is discussing everything but this problem. And having engaged them, we have engaged them over the years, repeatedly. We now began to see, because we came to where we became apprehensive and began to probe what could be their reason for not wanting to join this discussion, which they're supposed to be leading. Because if the Bar Association, if the Nigerian Bar Association would join in saying that the Constitution of Nigeria is a fraud and cannot be basis of any further national elections, I'm sure something will begin to happen sooner or faster. But no, they are preserving it. We found out that it was because the most senior amongst them, the senior advocates particularly, and the most senior lawyers who get the fat briefs coming from EFCC, the products of the corruption ends in EFCC, and then billions, like the one that they say, Accountant General, that they're accusing of 109 billion. Between him and the lawyers, billions will transpire. Eventually, we'll begin to hear about the judge that is in the middle and how many of such billions passed through the door of their chambers or wherever they exchange. We also found out that the question of elections that will go bad under a rogue constitution will become basis of election petition. Governors, senators, even presidents, even the primaries, the one that has happened already. There are all kinds of litigations going on. So the lawyers in Nigeria, instead of joining this campaign to take down that constitution, are eager to position themselves. That's the only thing you hear them come to talk about in TV. Oh, under this Electoral Act, it is this, it is all that. Positioning themselves to get the fat briefs when the electoral disputes will begin to happen. Again, billions and millions transpiring. How to carry it to judge so that they can carry the day. People who didn't contest the election will become the winner. Supreme Court, the type we saw in Imo, the type we saw in Rivers long time ago. The lawyers in the land have become complicit in sustaining this untenable constitutional arrangement that is costing blood and misery, inflicting pain, and leading to the damnation of hundreds of millions of people that are caught under this condition with an existential threat in which they are being invaded. But the lawyers who should have been the ones telling everybody what to do, because everything is in black and white coming from that constitution, they are not involved. They are not discussing it. They are not willing to. They are preserving themselves to be on the good books of both the government and the other stakeholders, political merchants that might hire them. Of course, the corruption that comes from that constitution and all of the EFCC bazaar of stealing and defending the looters. Let us wake up. We remind the church leaders, we remind the media, we remind the lawyers. Let that day not come when you will be counted on the side of sustaining what became disaster for the whole community. I think I'll leave it there.